Well, we'll start the next problem. The question is like, the company had following monetary items on January 1st. So they have given the monetary items, that is debtors 41,000, bills receivable 10,000, cash 20,000, altogether it is 71,000. Next we also have the liabilities, that is bills payable 10,000, creditors 25,000. So it is in the less figure or negative figure. So if you deduct this total value in the 71,000, we will get the 36,000. Okay, so this is the net monetary asset, that is 36,000. Okay, for also they have given the additional information as the transaction affecting monetary items during the year are: the first one, the sales of rupees 1,40,000 made evenly throughout the year. Next, purchase of goods of 1,05,000 made even during the year. Operating expenses of rupees 35,000 were incurred evenly throughout the year. One machine was purchased for rupees 25,000 on December 31st. The general price index as follows: on January 1st we have 300, average for the year 350, July 1st 360, and December 31st it is 400. Okay, what we need to calculate here? So with the help of the given the data, so we need to calculate whether we will get the general purchase power, gain or loss. But in this case they have given the some monetary assets and the liabilities, right? So with the help of that one, now we will go for the calculation of the monetary assets. So one more information was left out in the question, just I will repeat that point. Sale of machine on the year end, rupees 18,000 was also incurred in case of this period. Okay, now what we need to calculate? First we need to calculate the whatever the historic price are there, and later on the adjusted figure. So with the figure, the difference whatever you will get the gain or loss, so that will be going to give you the general purchase power, gain or loss. Okay, so first we will go through with the statement, so which will give you the difference of your gain and loss. Okay, so that's why we are into taking the first statement, that is a statement showing the monetary assets and liabilities. So I have the 5 columns here. The first one is particular, so next one is historic cost, next one is conversion factor, next adjusted amount, and the last one is whether we will get the gain or loss. So this is not the final one, again we have the one more working note. So let us will write the first thing, that is conversion of the monetary values. Conversion of monetary values. So first we will go for the assets. So in this case, so first we will take the closing balancing figures, that is net monetary assets. So where is the net monetary asset? Okay, so I will keep the question here. So you can see here rupees 36,000 is the net monetary asset. So during your last year, net monetary asset at the beginning of year, that is, so directly I will write the amount 36,000. So next we will go for the conversion later. First we will write all the things. So for this I am going to add the increased amounts in net monetary assets. Net monetary assets during the year. So I have the less space, so it's consuming 3 to 4 line. So now let us see the question. So that is, so what are the increased prices? Okay, so the first thing we can see is, so how you will get the income? By sale, by solding the any of the things, right? So one such we have is the sales of rupees 1,40,000 made even throughoutly the year. So this we can see here. So this has been taken under the, so throughout the year. So the sales worth of how much? It is 1,40,000. Okay, one more is there, the sale of machine. So that is also considered as the income, right? So that's why we will also take out that into our net monetary increase. So sale of machine worth of how much? It is 18,000. Okay, now we will go for the total figure. 1,40,000 plus 18,000 plus 36,000 will get the 1,94,000, right? Okay, so now we will go for the conversion of the factor. Okay, so what is the conversion factor? Already we know the formula, right? So we are converting to 400. So from which we are converting? So it is in the beginning of the year, right? So what is the beginning of the year as our price index? It is 300. So this is the year end price. This is the year starting price. Okay, next one. So in case of this figure, okay, sales and sales of the machine. Okay, so the 400 will remain same. So 400 divided by the sales took for the throughout the year, that you can see here, right? So that took the throughout the year. So that's why it is taken as the average of the year as the price index. 400 divided by 350. And the last one is 400 divided by, so it took at the end, right? So that's why, so we are going to take for the year end as the year, it is on, not on the year end, it is on the July 1st. It is on the July 1st. Okay, so that took the July 1st as the period. So that's why, so the July 1st, what is the price index? It is 360, right? So that we took under this calculation. Thus that took under the year July 1st. So that's why we took the 360. Okay, so there is a question is also left here. So I will give you in the notes. So just they have asked what you need to calculate in this process, only that much. So now we will see the continue and will convert our figure. So that is 36,000 into 400 divided by 300 will get the 36,000 multiplied into 400 divided by 300 will get the 48,000. Next one, 1,40,000 multiplied into 400 divided by 350 will get the 1,60,000. And the last one is 18,000 multiplied into 400 divided by 360 will get the 20,000. Now we will add all these figures. 20,000 plus 1,60,000, 48,000 will get the 2,28,000. Okay, now we will take the difference of these two figures. 2,28,000 minus 1,94,000 will get the amount difference as the 34,000. Okay, it is a loss. Okay, so we expected 1,94,000, but it is took the 2,28,000. So this is the loss. So I will write it as the A. Okay, now we will go for the decrease in your monetary assets. Decrease in the monetary assets. So we have the, again with the help of the figure we will find out. So the A and E option are already be recorded, right? So the only we rest is B, C and D. Okay, let us see the B, the purchase of the goods. So it is expenditure, right? So that will going to give you the lesser as the value, and that will be giving you the expenditure. So that's why it is considered as the decrease in your monetary assets. So we purchased the goods worth of 1,05,000. Okay, just I will write purchased or the purchases worth of 1,05,000. So next, so it also told as it took around during the year. So we'll also write the conversion factor. So as it is took during the whole year, so the price index will be having the base of 350. Okay, next one, operating expenses of the rupees 35,000. Operating expenses. Operating expenses worth of 35,000. So it is also incurred throughout the year, right? So the same we will take, that is 400 divided by 350. And the last one, one machine was purchased for the rupees 25,000 on December 31st. Again there is a purchase of machine worth of 25,000, but the date they have given, that is 31st December, that is 31st December will be closing day. So that's why the base for your price index will be 400. 400 we are converting from 400. So hope you understood how I took these price index. Now we will just convert the figures, that is 1,05,000 into 400 divided by 350 will get the 1,20,000. Next one, 35,000 multiplied into 400 divided by 350 will get the 40,000. So this will give you the 1 itself. So that's why directly I will write 25,000. Now we will add these figures and also these one. $1,65,000 is this figure, and this is, so 1,85,000. So the difference amount is 20,000, right? So the 20,000 is, so it is gain. So now we need to calculate whether it is gain or loss. So the loss is 34,000, the gain is 20,000, right? So what we will get? So we will get the net purchase power loss, that is A minus B. We will get the amount here. I will write here. So this one and this one, just we will take the difference amount, 14,000. So this is the statement only showing you the net purchase power or power gain or loss. So we also have the one more calculation part. So we need to get whether we have the net monetary assets at the positive way or negative way. Okay, so already we have all the statements here, right? Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so let us continue the problem. Net monetary asset at the end of the year. So now we are calculating this figure. So for this we need the historical price and the general purchase power loss. Okay, so the historic price, how you should take the difference of the year, the increase and the decreased figure that we have to take here. So that's why I stated the statement as price level adjusted amount of net monetary asset. So how I will conclude this figure? So that is, so 2,28,000 is the increased amount. So the decreased amount is 1,85,000. So the difference I will get is the value of price adjusted. That is 2,28,000 minus 1,85,000 will get the 43 as the difference amount, right? So that I will write here 43,000. So it is in rupees. So next, so in this amount, so I will going to deduct the value of purchase power loss. So we got the purchase power loss, right? So here you can see the purchase power loss is 14,000. Same I will just copy down here. So whether we will get the benefits of the assets or negative of the assets. So it is benefit, right? Because so we are having the highest as the asset value, the loss is 14,000. So whatever the difference we will get, so that is the net monetary asset for the year end. So 29,000 is the amount, so which we can say as the net monetary asset at the end of year. So hope you understood how we got the problem into. So we firstly we solved the net purchase power or loss. So further we calculated according to the question, so whether we got the monetary assets as the balance or liability as the balance. So hope you understood the problem. See you in the next video.